I already know how it goes when I pull up to this camera. Nah, what's up, YouTube? First name Jayceon, last name Ditto. Jayceon Ditto. Alright, so I want to say this. You guys, like, I really want an intro. Y'all keep playing with me. Jayceon says he wants an intro. This, I'm going to break it down. This is what, if you know how to do intros, if you know how to do all that type of work, I want an intro, right? That basically take a video of me in one of my videos, put all my videos together, make sure it's where I'm saying, alright, so boom, welcome to Jayceon Ditto's channel, whatever. Just make sure I'm saying so boom in the video. And yeah, just put it all together for me. Put some tunes on it. Some African Afrobeat stuff. Let them know what my channel is about, who I am, where I came from, boom, boom, boom. 15 to 20 seconds. Come on, y'all can do this for me. Stop playing with me. Get me an intro. Alright, so boom. Please, please, please. I need y'all to do me a big favor. My manager, my boss, my fitness manager at the gym, I already told you guys, she got me the job at, New York Sports Club. I need y'all to get her YouTube video to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Please, major please. It's gonna be, the link is gonna be in my bio, and in every one of my videos after this, I'm gonna also put her YouTube name at the bottom. Just subscribe to her channel, get her to 2,000. I got a big surprise for y'all coming up. And yeah. Alright, so boom. Today we're gonna talk about part 2 of my last video that I made. If you wanna follow up, watch the first video. It should be the link that will come up, or at the end of this video it will show you guys to click the link to get to that video. So my last video was about basically my family and where I come from, my background and things of that nature, Africa, as y'all already see it, and who I am, basically, what my heritage is and what my culture, my values, all of that. That was my last video, going into my family and things of that nature. Part 2 to that video is basically how did I become homeless? How did I get to the point of becoming homeless and getting into the foster care system after coming from Africa and living with my dad for quite some time? So I told my dad that at the time, when I was transitioning, I told my dad, I'm a lesbian. And me being who I was and him not knowing me as a person, it was just like, oh no. So in the first video, I told you guys, I had to switch up my ways to please him. But after a while, I just was like, I think I was like about 16, senior in high school, 16 years old. I was like, I can't do this no more. I don't want to be, this person anymore. I don't want to fake who I am for someone who I barely even know, or that I don't even have to force myself for. You understand what I'm saying? To be somebody that I don't want to be for someone who could give two shits, to be honest. Like, if it was for my mom, like, if I had to go hard to switch up myself for my mom, I would do it because of who she is to me and what she means to me and what I mean to her as a child. But she's okay with it. So to me, if my mom is okay with my lifestyle and who I am as a person, can nobody tell me nothing? Can nobody make me feel some type of way? Can nobody make me feel unhappy about myself? I was like, fuck that. Sorry for my language. I was just like, I'm going to just be me. I'm going to just be this person, and that's that. So I told him. He was like, oh, you can't be my child if you're going to be this way. You can't stay in my house if you're going to be this way. I can't have a child be this way. A whole bunch of, things that were kind of like hurtful and like made me feel some type of way. And this is senior of high school, and I'm 16. My mother doesn't know about this. My mother didn't find out about this till I was like back into my father's house after foster care. But that's besides the point. So he was like, you have a choice whether you stay in my house and be a straight girl that's going to date men, that's going to do this, or you leave my house and you can live that lifestyle that it is you want to live. So I did. I left, not knowing where I was going, where I was going to live. I'm in America. I don't know nobody. Like, don't get me wrong. I knew people in the ballroom scene. I knew people from the door. I knew a lot of the. No, this was before the door. Sorry, this was before I got to the door. Um, but I knew people, but I didn't know people, if that makes sense. Like I told you guys, I was a very reserved person. So I'm not that type of friend that you end up doing everything for, because you don't really know me, because I don't open up to people a lot. I just started doing that recently. I was very closed into myself. So for me to have a friend that I could just go to their house was not possible. I didn't have those type of friendships. I didn't have close friends at the time. Um, so I ended up riding the subway, the MTA train station, that day, all day long. My brother, at the time he was still living with my father, so he didn't know what exactly he should do, how he should have my back at the time. So he was just what, 19 at the time, so he didn't know what he should do for me. So he actually ended up leaving and having his own place, but I didn't have contact with him, so I couldn't go with him. So I ended up riding the train every day. I had 2 weeks, I believe, left of high school before my graduation. So I actually used to live in Far Rockaway. So I went to the beach that night, sat there, cried. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know where I was gonna go, and I ended up hopping on the A train, rode the train back and forth. I hopped on the 2 train, rode the train back and forth. I think it was about 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. when that happened, and I just rode the train all the way until the morning time. I packed my suitcase, everything. I had a suitcase with me and all that. So when I got to the beach, I just sat there, and I think that's when I had like my revelation to like for myself. Like, when people say I had an epiphany, that's what it was. Like I sat there and it was like, yo, you on your own here, and whether or not you have people around you, whether or not you have support, you're your own support. You're your own backbone. This is you. Whether you go up, you go down, you're gonna hold yourself down. You're gonna ride for yourself no matter what. Like I really sat there and really just talked to myself, like if I was crazy. Like sometimes you really have to sit there and talk to yourself. Like, yo, get your shit together, figure it out. You good, cause you alive. You gonna be good, and nothing gonna stop you, and nothing gonna hold you back. And I carry that till this day. It don't matter what it is. I got me, and I'm gonna get myself out. Period. It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna get out. So that to me wasn't even big, because coming from where I'm from, I've been through worse. I've seen people who have been through worse. So me living in America, being homeless was not a problem. I was going to figure it out. Even though I'm 16 years old, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to graduate high school and I'm going to get out. So I got on the train, rode the train with my suitcase all the way up until it was like 7 o'clock. My school opens at 8. 7:30 I was at my school. At the time I used to go to Liberty High School for newcomers on 16th Street and 8th Avenue. So I got off the train. When I got there, now back then I used to go to this camp called Young Life. A lot of people who watch this might know about it. And my camp it's a Christian camp for young people, young folks. If you ever need anything, if you ever want to go have fun for the summer or anything, period, go to Young Life, Google Young Life in your neighborhood, in your city. The best thing that could ever happen to you, period. It don't matter if you're Christian or not. This is the best camp, the best anything. Like, you have the time of your life. Story. Young Life is popping, just so y'all know. So yeah, so I used to go to Young Life at the time. So sometimes when I used to go there, I used to bring my suitcase to school before we go to the camp, like before we go to our I think it was 5 or 7 day camp. So my counselors and people in school thought that I had my suitcase for that, but that wasn't the reason why. So every day I would go to school with my suitcase. So on the 7th day, my counselor pulled me, and all those days I would go to school early in the morning, clean up, wash up, put my suitcase back, put it in the room, go to class like if nothing happened. So one morning my counselor stopped me like, come into my office, the ball. I got into his office. He talked to me like, what's up? Like, why you riding with your suitcase every day? What's going on with you? I didn't want to tell him. He was like, because, to me, like, I didn't want to get my father in trouble. Because I know the laws in America. And I know how things work. Regardless of how I feel about my father, regardless of whatever issues we have, I really did not want to get him in trouble. Because this man, he works hard. Regardless of how he may feel about my lifestyle, he works hard for all of us, me and all of the rest of his kids. So to me, I'm like, damn, I don't want to get this man in trouble and have to put him through the court system and all of that off the strength of me, then I'm gonna be the blame for anything that happens to him. So I didn't want to tell him. So I told him like, yo, if my father won't get in trouble, I tell you what happened. So he was like, all right, I just want to help you out. So I broke it down to him, told him what happened, whatever the case may be. He's like, yo, you can't stay in the streets and come to school. That's not okay. It's not all right. So he gave me an address to a shelter on 41st and 10th Avenue. So I ended up going to that shelter, and that shelter was for people 18, I think 18 and over or 21 and over. So I couldn't stay at that one. So they were like, look, we're going to end up putting you on 51st and 10th, which is for younger folks. But we're going to have to call your father and find out if he want to get you. I'm like, nah. I don't care if I'm a minor. I cannot go back over there. I'm not going back. You don't have to call him. They still did. Americans for you. I don't know why they didn't listen to me. But they kind of like tricked me. They brought me to 51st, but still ended up calling him. He didn't come get me. So they ended up building a case against him. And I don't know, I didn't know the details at the time, but they ended up building a case. That same night, they sent me to foster care. I stayed in the shelter, actually, sorry. They put me in the system to try to find me a home. I stayed in the shelter for about another week. Now, I told y'all I had 2 weeks till my graduation. First week, they found out that I was homeless. The second week, I was graduating. I called my dad because he didn't think I would graduate because I was homeless. He didn't think I would end up actually going to my graduation because of that. So I called him. I was like, yo, I'm graduating. Can you come watch me walk at least? Like one thing about me, regardless of how someone may treat me, I'm like, I don't know why, something's wrong with me. But regardless of how people, I don't hold, like I may hold grudges, like I may hold certain things I never forget, but I'm very big on forgiving because I don't believe in holding up things to the point where you end up losing someone or you lose a friendship or a relationship over holding on to things. So I told him, look, come see me walk. It will make me happy regardless of whatever it is we're going through. My father's a cab driver. He could have came. It was in the city, in the piers. He could have came at any point, drove up. I gave him the address and everything. I guess he just didn't believe I would graduate. I walked up on that stage. The only people that showed up for me that day was Max and Angela for my Young Life camp group thingy. And I swear to this day, I don't know if I have a picture of it. If I do, I'm going to find it. I'm going to post it. Max Kamek, Angela Kamek, I will forever be thankful to you guys. Forever. Even though like right now I'm not affiliated with Young Life and I don't, I haven't been around them in years. There's things that I never forget no matter what. This has been almost 7-8 years that this happened. And these are people that will forever be a part of my life. They both showed up to my graduation and that was so big for me. Like major. And I actually ended up going to my brother to borrow clothes because, like I told you, I was not playing. I got some pants from him so I could wear for my graduation because at the time, in my suitcase, I only had all my girly clothes. So I did not, I didn't live with my brother anymore, so I could not get, what I wanted to wear. So I ended up going to my brother. He couldn't make it to my graduation because of work, but he gave me his dress shoes for me to wear for my graduation. I went, and it was the best day of my life. I did something that, I didn't think I was going to do within the time I was going through stuff. The shelter actually drove me to my graduation. And yeah, so I graduated. When they put the case against my father, we went to court. We went to, ACS. Like, they be having this meeting before they even take your parents to court or whatever the case may be. We had this meeting, and it was him, me, my caseworker, some other folks that I don't remember. We sat down, and they were basically like, what's going on, what happened, they want to know what happened. So we both broke it down. He was like, oh, I wouldn't mind having my child back, blah, blah, blah. So the caseworker asked him, do you think that your child graduated high school? No, she said, how do you feel about your child graduating high school? Because your child felt like you didn't think at the time she would graduate. He was like, no, she's not going to graduate. She left my house and a whole bunch of, things. I was just looking at him like, I can't even communicate with you, you know? I can't even tell you. Like, it was just me as a person. I'm not an angry person, and I don't hold things in to the point where it makes me sad. But I think that out of all the things that really hurt me in my life, me not having a relationship with my dad is really, really hard for me. Out of everything, like, I don't really care about a lot of shit. Like, a lot of shit don't hurt me. But me not having that with him is hard, because this is someone that really actually worked so hard to bring me here, you know, to put money into investing in me. But out of all the money that he could ever give me or invest in me, all I wanted to was to actually be able to sit down and have conversations with my dad. Like, I get sick and I could go lay in my dad's bed and be like, "Pops, I'm sick," and get that fatherly love. And I never really got it from him. That "I love you" that you get from your father, like everything that I got from my mom, I never got from him. But money. I could care less about the money that my dad could give me. I could care less about the financial support that he can give me. What I wanted from him was to be able to sit down with my dad. Like, my dad doesn't know if I ever dated girls or boys. He never met anybody I ever dated. He's never been around who I ever dated. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know if I did. He doesn't even know if I ever had sex. Like, he doesn't know anything about me. He barely remembers my birthday, me and my brothers. Like, it's just having a parent, but you're just around. And he was just like, "Yeah, you're not gonna graduate." And I took my diploma. Something told me, "Bring your diploma with you." I took my diploma while we was on that table. I threw it on the table and was like, "I actually did graduate." So the day I called you and told you that I was graduating, I did. And I've never felt so proud in my life. I think that was the day I said to myself that I'm done abiding by anybody's rules. I'm done doing anything for anybody. Everything I'm gonna do is for me now. And whether or not you like it, you can remove yourself or stay around. And if you're gonna stay around, you better go hard for me, because I go hard for myself, and everybody around me better do the same, because I do the same for others. And I showed them that, he just looked sad and down. You know what it would have meant to have my dad just standing there. I don't care what we were going through, you know. So from there, I said, "Nah, I don't want to go back with him. I don't care if he wants me back. I'm good. I'll take foster care. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it's gonna bring, what problems it's gonna bring me, how bad it is. I'll take foster care. I'll deal with the bullshit that it comes with, whatever." So they ended up finding me a home. I got into foster care, and I was there for about 4 years. Hard. It was hard, because I was trying to go to college, and at the same time living with people, dealing with people's mess. Foster care is, I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing, because at the end of the day, it got me away from a place where I didn't want to be, which is better than nothing. So, but it wasn't mentally, I wasn't mentally stable. It wasn't good for me. So I went to college for 2 years, and I ended up dropping out. Sorry. And then started working a lot to try to financially support myself, because obviously there's not much they do for you in care besides the stipend money. Besides giving you money a month, this accent of mine is messing me up. They give you money each month and feed you and blase blase. So if you wanted a pair of sneakers, or you wanted, look, man, me, one thing about me, I love clothes, I love fashion, I love whatever. And my phone bill had to be paid, so yeah. I started working at McDonald's, and I started just busting my ass, just working for the last couple of years. And when I was about to turn 21, I was gonna get my own apartment. My dad was like, "Look, I want to mend our relationship. I want to fix things between you and I, and things of that nature. Come back home. Let's work on things. Let's fix us. Let's fix what went wrong." And I'm like, you know what? This is my father at the end of the day. This is a man that brought me here, and I'm forever grateful for coming here, because I wouldn't have been able to transition. I would have been able to live a life I wanted to live. I wouldn't have been able to come to America, period, without this man. So I'm forever grateful for that. So if I have to leave care and I get my own apartment to fix the relationship with my dad, so be it. Because that's all I ever wanted, is to have a relationship with my dad. But even when I came to his house, that still didn't work out. But that's going to be on the next video, because that's when I came out to him as down the line, I came out and told him that I was going to transition, and you guys will learn about how that went down. I swear, you guys are gonna be like, "Yo, where's Jayceon's father?" Because we need to talk to him. But nah, that was a story about how I became homeless, what went down, and yeah, y'all gonna hear about the next one in a few. Watch out for that. It's gonna be part 3 to this video about me coming out to my dad and my mother that I wanted to transition, and my brother too. But y'all already know what my brother thinks about me transitioning. He's like the best brother ever. Thank you guys for watching. Look out for the next video.